Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are doing good. Real Madrid have dropped points for the third consecutive time at the Santiago Bernabeu, and let's just say yesterday's match isn't one of those games that we are going to remember for a very long time. It was a goalless draw, and that is one of the last things you want to see late into the night, but anyways, we did go into the game with some bit of positivity. We expected the team to be buzzing after the historic El Clasico victory where Real Madrid beat Barcelona for the fourth time in a row. Ancelotti as well got off the mark with his first win at the Camp Nou, so we did have a few positive vibes going to the match against Osasuna. We wanted to take up our game to another level because in the El Clasico, even though we did get a victory, we can say it wasn't the most convincing win, and I actually thought there were two ways of looking at that victory. One way, and the optimistic way to look at it, was that Real Madrid didn't even need to hit top gear to beat Barcelona, especially the defense. They had done a good job dealing with the pressure that Barcelona put us under, but on the other side of things, there was that realization that we didn't dominate the game the way we had expected. We were playing the weakest Barcelona squad in a long time, so we did expect that we'd be more assertive against this side, but we couldn't manage to do that, and that's why I think many fans were looking forward to Real Madrid shifting gears against Osasuna. We wanted the team to have much more attacking approach, but Osasuna, the defensive structure of the side was simply brilliant yesterday. They executed the game plan of the manager to sheer perfection, and putting in the hard work, they took away a point from the Santiago Bernabeu. So in this video, we'll do the post-match analysis of Real Madrid versus Osasuna. We'll talk about the significant happenings of the game, and without further ado, let's get started. And having a look at the lineup, there was Courtois in goal. In defense, Ancelotti, for the first time this season, had the opportunity to field his strongest backline. Mendy, Militao, Alaba and Carvajal made the back four. In the midfield, we got the news of Modric pulling out of the game at the last moment, so Casemiro, Camavinga and Cruz were fielded by Ancelotti, and in attack, we had Vinicius, Asensio and Benzema. And talking about the lineup, on the face of it, I did like the team selection from Ancelotti. I was looking forward to seeing how Camavinga was going to utilize his minutes, and there were also speculations about the positioning of Marco Asensio. Was he going to be used as a winger, or was he going to play in the midfield? And as the match panned out, we did see Asensio playing both of those roles. In the first half, he was playing on the right wing, he was dropping deep at times and doing some defensive work on the right side. He was linking up with Camavinga, but there were also times where he was left a bit isolated. As we know, in the first half, we attacked a lot through the left. Vinicius and Benzema were involved much more, and it was in the second half that Ancelotti took off Camavinga and reinstated Asensio in the midfield position. He was much more involved and he made some good runs attacking through the centre, and he did get into some decent positions to score as well. I'd specifically like to highlight this piece of play where Real Madrid had won the ball near the kickoff line. Benzema holds up the ball, releases for Asensio who drives at the defence. He passes the ball to Rodrigo and looks to get into a good attacking position, but unfortunately for him, the ball never came. Had Rodrigo just dinked the ball over the top into the path of Asensio, who nobody was tracking, Real Madrid could have got a goal there. Probably one of the reasons why we didn't see this happen is because Asensio isn't a regular in the side, and the chemistry that Rodrigo, Vinicius and Benzema have formed over time subconsciously makes them look for each other, even though there are better options available. And if we talk about the first half, Real Madrid obviously had a lot of the ball. There were individual pieces of play which were eye-catchy. Vinicius Jr. again was a handful for the defenders, but credit to Osasuna, they always had bodies in their own half which prevented the attackers of Madrid from having much space. Have a look at this picture. This is how Osasuna was set up in the game. They deployed a low block to deal with the attacks of Madrid, and more often than not, they were able to neutralize the combinations that Real Madrid were trying in front of their goal. And what's great about this defensive performance of Osasuna is that this was the game plan throughout the match, and more importantly, they have the desire, the concentration and the focus to deploy a low block time and again. Obviously, they tried to hit Madrid on the counter and they could have got a goal as well. They came close hitting the crossbar, so I would say that was definitely some good work by the Laliga minnows. And many of you must be understandably frustrated after the game that Osasuna came into the game with the mentality of defending. You may say they were not there to play the game the way the beautiful game should be played, but over the years we have often seen small teams with less talent trying to play this way. They see it as the best option to get some points out of big games, and it's quite understandable why they are attracted towards the strategy. But what we have to remember is that the onus is on the big teams. The onus is on us to get the breakthrough. The onus is on us to pass the ball quickly. The onus is on us to be creative and quickly move around the pitch. So rather than ridiculing Osasuna, what we have to find out is what are the measures we should take when we come across similar teams in the league. This definitely wasn't the first team to use such a tactic, and neither are they going to be the last team to use it. We have seen many teams had used it in the previous season as well, and I'm pretty sure there will be many more teams coming to the Bernabeu with the similar intention of sitting back and trying to hit on the counter. So overall, Real Madrid tried to get goals in the game. They tried a few long-range shots, they put in a lot of crosses, and they were close to scoring at times. But what we lacked yesterday was the killer's instinct. We lacked the finishing touch, our players didn't have their finishing boots on, and Osasuna just proved to be a nut too hard to crack. Thus, there's no point crying over spilt milk. We must look forward. We have placed ourselves at the top of the table, but as you can see, Sevilla are breathing down our neck, and we must get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Moving on, let's hear what Ancelotti had to say in the post-match press conference. He was asked about how he analysed the performance of Madrid, and Ancelotti backed his players as he said, "I liked what I saw from the team, less so in the first half because we didn't switch the ball quickly enough. We played down the left side, too often looking for options. The second half was much better. I was pleased with the display, and I can't fault the players. They gave in the role. We have to keep going." Then he was asked for his thoughts on going 3 games without a win at the Bernabeu, and he replied, "We deserve to win 2 out of the 3. We have to think that these games are complicated games for the squad, because in these games, we lack presence in the box." And lastly, Ancelotti also explained why he insisted on not using Jovic or Mariano in the game. He said, "We didn't need more physical presence. We needed to be more incisive in getting into the box. We had 3 or 4 crosses which flew across the goal, and all we needed was to anticipate the move a bit better to get into the right place to score." So those are the thoughts of Carlo ANcelotti, and you've also heard my thoughts as well. Clearly it was a bland game without goals, but do let me know, what did you think about the performance of Madrid yesterday? What were the things that you noticed? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you soon. Till then, take care, glory to Madrid, and as always, a la Madrid.